So basically, you are aware like how do we configure hyperterminal? So there is when you go start, when you go, this is an XP machine, right? Windows XP. That's the reason the configuration will be little bit changed.
Right.
But when we go with the Windows 7 or Windows 10, I think we will not see these hyperterminals there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we need to install the third-party softwares to avail this hyperterminal on your machine. Or else we have to use putty, right? You have a putty.
Yeah.
In this putty, you have to use either serial. Can see this?
Yes, serial.
You have to use this serial. Yeah, using the serial ports, you have to connect. Okay,
Yeah.
get. Okay, but right now we have a hyper terminal which is already configured here, and on this we have a P520. Can you see this? This is information, right?
Okay.
So this is a P520 is a hyper terminal here. Now I am going to just press, because it is already configured. I'm going to just press an enter. So it is just asking you welcome to the machine model. It is giving the serial number and date and time. And it is clearly giving us information that we have connected to this DB9 cable to this particular server,
Okay.
to a service processor called primary, because we have two service processor, primary and temporary. Okay, we have connected to the primary. Now what we are going to do, we have to provide the username, okay, and we need to put the password. Okay, so when I press an enter, now it gets in. Okay, so it is asking the screen configurations. We are just saying currently 80 columns and line is 624 lines. Then when I press an enter, it will get into the service processor right now. We are into the service processor, remember that. Right now the server is not powered on. We are just in the service processor.
Okay.
And you can see here it is giving the information. Totally, we are getting totally 8 to 9 options here. So the first thing is power on, power and restart controller. Second one is system service aid and system information, system configuration, network service, performance setup, on-demand utilities, concurrent maintenance, and login profile.
So,
Okay,
so whenever
so
we log in, first time log into the every time means log into this machine, so we will get all these options.
no, this is when we log in through the HMC serial console. This is options we get.
Okay, okay, okay.
Getting it? For example, I don't want to log in because we want to install the operating system. We connected to the
Oh,
serial console.
okay, 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 okay.
Understand?
Got
For
it.
example, I just want to power on the machine.
Okay.
Then what is the purpose of logging through a service serial console? We can just log in through this ASME also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
Okay, we have something called ASME, and using ASME you can't install the operating system. We can just power on the machine.
Yes.
You can change the IP address of the HMC1 and HMC2.
Yes. Yeah.
You can see whatever the options you are seeing in this serial console, the same options you are seeing it. Can you see this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but you can power on through serial console, you can power on through ASME also, right? But installation can be done only from the serial console
Yeah. Correct.
using this hyperterminal.
Okay.
And using ASME, you can't perform the installation.
Right. Okay.
Understand? So this is the information.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the thing. Now, before we go with the installation, so let me give you the information about network. When I say network, network is just 5. I will just press an enter. It is asking network configuration, network access.
Okay.
So I'm going to just show you two here, network access. We are having allowed IP address and denied IP address. So I will just put one here, allowed IP address. You can put the IP address that you want to allow to access this machine.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just go back here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 99.
99.
So 99 is nothing but log out.
Yeah.
That's a problem. 98 we have to press that. So this is information about network services, and you want to see something called system configuration, you have to press 4. You want to see the system information, you have to press 3.
Yeah.
Okay, So when I put 3 here, this is going to give you vital product data, power control network track, and previous boot program indicator and program indicator history, all those things it is going to happen. Okay, when I say 98, this is the information, right? So now what we are going to do is, as of now, I want to just power on the machine and I want to just go with the installation. Okay. So when I say power on, I will just press 1 to power on and restart control. It gets into the power on restart control menu, and where you will see power on or off the system and auto power on system restart and immediate power off and system reboot and wake on and LAN. Okay. So this is the thing. The wake on LAN is nothing but we will press a key on the keyboard. It automatically takes it as a wake on LAN. Otherwise, you can really wake on this machine using network. You can send some signals to the network card, and network card will power on this machine. Okay, there are so many options. From keyboard also we can wake on. Otherwise, from the network also, because I don't have a remote server is there. I don't have a keyboard there. So I will send some signals, some packets, some signals to the remote server, and it immediately the signal will wake on that particular machine. But right now I'm going to press 1 to power on this machine here, and you see it is going to come to this machine, and you can see right now the system is, what is the state? System power state is off, and currently firmware boot side is temporary, and the current system server firmware state is not running because we connected to the service processor, right? So the system firmware is not in the picture right now. Okay, now what you want to do here, you want to system boot speed. Okay, how you want to do? Currently it is speed. You want to put normal or you want to speed fast, you can change it here. Okay, currently from which service processor it has to boot temporarily. So all these things you can set it up here. Understand? So you can change any of this information. Until unless we don't have any requirements, don't change it. If you don't have a if you have a requirement, we have to change it. Okay, but most of the times we never change any parameter here until unless if someone say that the operating system booting process currently is normal. I don't want to boot in with the normal mode. I want to boot in service mode. Then instead of normal, we will put service mode. Understand? So this is the thing. Now at the bottom of the screen you can see power on. Okay, if I just press an 8 and press an enter, it starts booting the operating system. Okay, it starts booting the operating system, but how do we know that it is booting up? It is going to print some codes. It displays some codes here, and by seeing these codes, we can say that server got so we can see this. You can see it's printing some code C100, C104, 106. This is a code, and this every code has some information. Okay, now we keep on scroll up this course here, and you have to look very carefully about this course. And once it completes this codings, and it immediately displays you IBM, it will print, and below that it is going to print you all these 4 icons like SMS menu, default boot menu, or it will maintenance menu mode, and it will print you something called command mode. So immediately you need to press one of any of these keys to get into that particular mode. If you're not printing anything, it will boot from the default disk, default operating system which is already there. Okay, getting it? That is okay. Otherwise you press 5 to boot directly from the DVD. Okay, so I'm not going to press 5 because I am going to press 1 to get into the SMS menu to show you how the SMS menu looks. Okay, so that's the thing.
But what's the SMS menu?
System management service menu, or okay.
Yeah. System management services. Okay.
This way something for service management. You can see it is printing up. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to press 1. When I press 1 here, it is just getting into the SMS menu.
Okay.
Okay. So this is something called SMS menu. So it is going to print 4 options. One is SMS menu. Second one is something what we say. 5 is nothing but boot from the default device, and something called 6 is nothing but store the boot list, and 8 is nothing but open firmware prompt, that is called command prompt. So we are in SMS menu. You want to continue with the password and press 2. Okay, we will be getting into the SMS menu with this. That's it. So you are into SMS menu.
Okay.
Can I see this? Okay, so when you are in SMS menu, you can see this is SMS menu version.
Yeah.
1.6, and this you can perform five options we are having here. So you can just select the language, you can change, set up the RIPL. RIPL is nothing but remote initial program loader. So you take an example. Right now we are installing operating system from the DVD, right?
Yeah.
Take an example. I don't have a DVD on my machine, so my client said that there is one NIM server configured on my network, and they provided that NIM server IP address and their informations, and they want me to install this operating system over the network using that name server. Then you need to configure this remote IPL, that is called initial program loader.
Okay.
You need to put that same name server IP address, gateway, netmask, and you need to put this client machine IP address. Then afterwards you just save this configuration and make the network card as my first boot device. Now the system starts communicating with this network NIM server, and it is going to install the operating system.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and apart from this, changing the SCSI settings here, and select the console and select the boot options. So right now we are going with the selecting the boot options. Now I am going to press 5 to change the boot option here. So when I say boot options here, like it is going to give you the information, 3 options it is going to give you. There is nothing but specify, select the installation boot order, boot device, configure the boot device order, and multi-boot startup off. You know what is this multi-boot?
No.
Okay, see, this multi-boot is nothing but one single disk contains 2 versions of AIX operating system. So most of the times this multi-boot we are going to use when we don't have a multiple disks, and I have only one disk. I want to upgrade my older version to newer version, then we can go with multi-boots.
Okay.
Okay, then when you have to enable this, then only your server will be enabled with this multi-boot option, so that you can boot the operating system exist on the same disk with different versions.
Okay.
Okay, but we are not using it right now. Okay, right now we are not enabling it. Now what I want to do, I want to configure boot device order. So I'm going to put 2. Okay, when I just put 2 here, it is giving you a select the boot, first boot, second boot, totally 5. Okay, so what do you want to configure? I want to configure first boot device, but
Yeah.
before we configure, do you want to see the current configuration? Then you have to put 6. So it is going to give you what is the current
Display.
boot list on the machine.
Okay.
So this is the information. So right now my current boot disk device is Rhce, which is 73 GB of hard disk, right? So
Okay.
I'll just press an escape and go back. I'm going to press 1 here to go with the first boot device, and I'm going to select the device type here. So my device type is something, I'm going to select CD or DVD.
Okay.
Okay, when I select the CD or DVD here, it is asking which type of media it is. It is Rhce or SAN or iSCSI. What is this? If you know that, if it is ID or a SAS or any other thing, you can select it. If you don't know it, this is the information. So, and you know that the CD-ROM is IDE. Then you just put one here as IDE, and do you want to see the information or you want to set it as a boot order? You have to put it as a boot order. This is been configured here. Once it has been done here, now I am going to, okay, once it has been set, I'll just go back, or else I will exit from the SMS menu, because these are all the tasks what we can do from the SMS menu. Okay, so what I have to do now, I am going to press EM to go to main menu, and I am going to say X to exit from the SMS menu, and I am going to press 1 to come out of SMS menu permanently. And starting the software, please wait. So it is right now booting from the DVD-ROM. So how do you know that it is booting from the DVD-ROM? It is going to give you a physical part of the DVD-ROM where it is connected, from where it is booting up. Okay, so this is a physical part of the DVD-ROM, what you're seeing it. And you know DVD-ROM is IDE, right? You can see this is a thing. And you know we have a physically 2 processors here. We have a totally 2 GB of RAM, and this is the kernel size. And this is the boot. This is a file that is being executed from the DVD. And it is going to give you that AIX 57.1 is operating system, and it is giving the total number of CPUs. But I told you, right, we discussed here as 2 CPUs count. But it is physically 2, logically it is 4, because it is dual core. Understand? So it has been CPU high 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, like this it is going to count. Okay, so we have to wait. Still, let's start booting up.
So approximately how long it takes to install?
So basically, providing steps is just not even more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
But once you initiate the installation, what we say, what is that? What we say, it takes, depend on the configuration, it takes 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay, so once we initiate the installation, nothing to be done. We have to just see how the package installation is going on.
Right.
Okay, only thing you have to remember here is, okay, after the installation it has been done, it automatically reboots machine.
Okay.
Okay, once it automatically reboots, it will come to the configuration assistance menu. Okay, when it comes to the configuration assistance menu, there you need to accept the license. There you need to configure the rest of the parameters. Okay. So what is the rest of the parameters, such as, like, you have to set the date and time, you have to set the root password, you have to configure the TCP/IP configurations, you have to configure swap, you need to configure documentation, those things, and then we have to exit the configuration assistance menu.
Okay, like
Understand?
okay, yeah. For example, like in Linux, we provide all the partition configurations.
That's what we will not provide, right? That's the reason from the first day we are discussing LVM will take care of all that things.
Okay.
LVM by default take care about all this configuration. No need to worry about that.
Okay. Okay. But
That's what, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Tell
like
me.
in case if we need to change some partitions directories, then
There is no other alternative.
no other alternative.
After the post installation only, you have to change whatever you want to do it.
Okay.
You can't change, because when you install the operating system, it creates on the disk where you select what a disk you select. On this particular disk, on that particular PV, it creates a root UAG and it will create the logical volumes.
Okay.
And even when it is creating a logical volumes, it creates a default standard logical volumes there. You can't change anything there. If you want to do any changes after the post installation, when you log into the machine, changing means what you can do, you can only increase the size or decrease the size. Apart from that, you can't do anything.
Okay.
If you want to create a new logical volumes, you can create it. Okay, but you can't change the existing one what we have it. Existing one means, for example, I'm having a logical volume with HD5 that is called boot.
Okay.
And I want to make it as a HD2. No, it will not perform. It will not. You can't make it such a kind of things. So in AIX, standardly there is standard partitioning numbers. Okay, HD1, HD2, HD3, HD4, HD5, up to HD11 we have. And it has a standard mount points. You can't change this mount point, not now. I'm telling you from 4.0 I'm seeing it up to 7.1. There is no such a concept of customizing the partitions. I will say logical volumes are their naming convention. You can't change it.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. It is predefined by the vendor. You never get a chance to customize it.
Okay.
You have to just take that options as it is. But later on, after the post installation, if you feel that for example, USR is there, or home is there, or OPT is there, you feel that whatever the disk space right now allocated is not sufficient, it is not enough, then you can increase it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can increase, because we have a JFS2 file system. You can increase your file system dynamically. There is no need to worry.
Right.
Okay. And now what we are going to do is, please define the system console here. I'm going to press 2 to define the system console, and this is all the languages that it's going to support. Okay. So once you define the system, what we say, this is a language. Then it is going to ask you define the system console during the installation, and we have defined the console only first. Now we will define the language.
Okay. Yeah, now it asks for language.
So you can see it is asking for a language. So when it is asking for you the language, so we can just see. Okay. So I have to just press 1, or else it is already selected there. Just go with that. Press and enter. Now you can see totally 5 options it is going to give you. Start install now with default setting, change and show the installation settings and installs, start maintenance mode for system recovery, configure network, just select the storage adapters.
Okay.
So what is this storage adapters? Yeah.
Yeah, one more question. Like during installation procedure, do we get a chance to select the packages also?
Yes, packages means yeah. Packages, no, you can't. You will. Yes, you can customize it.
Okay.
You can customize it. Okay. When we go with the second option, that is called change and show the installation settings, you can customize. I mean, you can't customize individual packages.
Yeah. I mean to say.
You can't customize individual packages.
Okay.
So there is no such concept.
Okay. So mean to say means, for example, if I want to select or deselect any package, we can do that.
That I will show you now. You see the practically.
Okay.
I will show you. So right now it is giving you can see the 5th option, that is called select the storage adapter. What is this?
Yeah.
If you have a SAN storage connected through a fiber FCHBA, then you can select from this FCHBA here. Otherwise, the 4th option is if you have a Rhcsa storage, you can map from here itself. And of course, it is not mandatory that you have to map a storage from here only. After the post installation, also you can configure the storage. Okay. So when we will configure storage here, when you feel that I don't have any internal disk to install, and the SAN, I mean, the AIX has a concept of booting from the SAN. Okay, then I will map the SAN storage here, and then I will install the operating system on the SAN disks.
Okay.
Because AIX by default support booting from the SAN. Okay, and the third one is start maintenance mode for system recovery. Basically, this is nothing but when you want to go for recovery of the backups, when the operating system gets crashed, you want to recover it, then we will go with this. And the second one is change and show the installation method, installation settings and install. And the first one is install with the default settings. So we will go with the second option because we have to see how to customize it.
Okay.
So I'm going with the second option here. Then it is going to give you totally 5 options here: system settings, primary language, security models. You see more options. Can you see software installation options? You see?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, this is a more options. So here you can customize it.
Okay.
Okay, and the fifth one is select the edition. But what we will do before we customize the other parameters, first we have to customize this
System settings.
system settings, because the installation method was
Preserve.
preservation. But I don't want to go with preservation. I want to install it for the first time. Okay, and it should be new and complete override installation. How do we do it? We will see. Right now you're going to put the choice as 1 here, press and enter. So when you put a choice as 1 here, the method of installation, new and complete override installation, and second one is preservation.
Okay.
So when I say new and complete override installation is the, you have to select it, because right now it has been selected what?
2.
Preservation.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to put 1, and because we are installing it for the first time, then it is asking you on which disk you want to install operating system. By default it is selected HDS 0. Can you see this?
Okay.
If you don't want to install in HDS 0, you can select HDS 1 also, but if you are okay with this HDS 0, you can use 0 to continue with the choice.
Okay.
Otherwise, for example, this is a machine we are getting from some different project. Okay, and like your client said that before we reinstall the operating system, he asked you to go with the more disk options. You know what is the purpose of more disk options? When I say double 5 here, it is going to give you the patterns to erase the disk.
Okay. So what
Because
this?
yes,
So what is this patterns means?
actually this is nothing but, you know, in Windows we do low level formatting. Okay, see what happens, you know, when it comes to real-time environment, when the server is moved from one project to another project, okay, so the problem is with the disk only, because people will say that I have erased everything on the disk.
Okay.
Okay, but you know, disk logically maintains all the data like that only. You can use some recovery tools and you can recover it. So that is not safe.
Okay.
Yes or no? Right. So what the client will say is you have to use any of these patterns to erase the data from the disk totally.
Okay. So we can choose anything.
Understand? Yes, you have to use these patterns and you have to delete it. And when you, I mean, if you're not using this pattern, it will be a problem again. So we have to, mandatory it is, you have to use this pattern. It is by default select 0. You have to, it will delete the entire thing. It is going to perform something to low level formatting. But it takes some time to do it, but we have to do this. Okay, but right now we are not doing it. I'm going with the previous screen by pressing 99.
Okay.
Now when it comes to here, I'm just going with the 0 option to continue.
Come on, one question, please. Once again,
Uh,
can you please tell me once again what's because I didn't get what's the exact use of pattern here to delete the.
That's what low level formatting means. It
Uh-huh.
deletes the entire data which is logically stored on your disk. It will become like a new disk.
Okay. Okay.
Getting it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Getting it?
All right.
Clear?
Okay.
Okay. It becomes like a new disk, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you will not find any previous data even you put a recovery tool to recover it.
Mm-hmm.
That is the purpose of this more disk options.
Okay.
Okay. See, when you give any disk to your friends, what you will do? You will delete the entire thing, you will format and you will give it. Yes or no? Right? Because why you will format and you will give it? You can give like that only, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because your data is important to you, no one should see it. You will just format it and you will give it.
Yeah.
But still you format and give it to him if he is very much intelligent and if he is interested in to know like what data you have stored, he can just put a recovery tool on your disk and he can recover the data from when you bought this hard disk 5 years back. From that day to till date, whatever data you stored and deleted, all the data you can recover it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For
Okay.
that reason, what people will say, don't do format, you do low level format.
Okay.
At the same time here also we have to use these options and we have to erase the data from the disk.
Okay.
Okay, getting it, but very rarely we will do. I'll just go with 0 right now, go with this disk, new and complete override installation, and disk is SD0. And we have a primary language environment, this is all the things, and we have a security model here. So when I say security model, you have to press 3 here to select the security model. If you have any options to enable the securities here, TCB or other kind of securities, you have to put that particular options and you need to enable it. This is the thing. Can you see this? TCB, trusted computing base, it is no. If you want to enable it, put that 3 here, it will get enabled. Previous it was no, right now it is yes.
Okay.
Okay. And apart from this, if you want to enable any other kind of securities also, you can enable.
Okay.
But right now we are not enabling any kind of securities until unless your client or your manager or is not recommending you to enable any kind of securities, don't enable it. And I will tell you in real-time environment, no one will ask you or recommend you to enable this kind of securities.
Okay. So in
Because this
actual, what
security
kind of security is this? Means.
TCB stands for Trusted Computing Base.
Okay.
Okay. So when you enable this TCB, you know in Linux we have SC Linux.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Okay. Same kind of feature is TCB.
Okay. Okay.
Because TCB is available in AIX from long back, but SC Linux came very recently.
Uh-huh.
From Redhat Linux 5 onwards, SC Linux is there.
Okay.
But TCP is available from from Redhat AIX 4.0 onwards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I will tell you, AIX is, IBM is a very big company. They are masters. They are leaders in providing anything. They have all proprietary things by them.
Mm-hmm.
They never depend on any person. But as a company has to follow some standards.
Yeah.
Company has to follow some industrial standards also.
Mm-hmm.
Because IT industry, they have nominated one company which will define the industrial standards. What is that company name? IEEE.
IEEE. Yeah.
IEEE is the company that is going to define the hard standards, that is going to set the standards for your hardware.
Mm-hmm.
See, most of the people, they manufacture the hardware, but they never worried about the industrial standards. They never want their product to go into international markets worldwide.
Okay.
Okay, but there are some company. If I talk about EMC,
Uh-huh.
if I talk about IBM, if I talk about HP, they want their product to be used everywhere in the world.
Right.
So they will take, when they manufacture their product, they will carry this product to the IEEE,
Okay.
and they ask them IEEE to test this product, whether I have designed this product as per the industrial standard or not, as per the IEEE standards or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so once they test this product, and if really the product is up to the mark,
Mm-hmm.
up to the standards, you certify it.
Okay.
Understand? Didn't they?
So there were apart from TCB, there were other two more securities.
Yes, yes. Other two modes also we are having here.
Mm-hmm.
So this two modes, actually, this is uh, the securities that will be configured at the shell level. Okay.
First option.
Even I have not enabled. Yes, I have not enabled any time these securities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, CAPP and EAL4 plus configurations are secure by default.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't enable it.
So
Okay,
like
because
okay, so like
Mhm.
if I want to compare it with the in terms of Linux, so what?
You can compare only TCB with the Linux, not other securities.
Okay, okay.
These
So
other securities are totally unique for AIX only.
okay, okay. All
Hmm?
right.
That's the thing. Now I'm not enabling any security models here. I'll just go back here, and now I'm going to ask you about 4. 4 is nothing but more options.
Okay.
What is this more option? When I press 4 here, it
Soft.
is asking graphic software, it is installing.
Okay.
System management software, clients, it is in client software, it is installing.
Mm-hmm.
JFS2 file system, it is installing, and enable system backup to install any system, it has been done. But apart from these 4 options, if you want to see some more options, you have to put 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it is asking whether you want to install Firefox, you want to install Kerberos, or you want to install Volume 2. Because right now we are installing operating system from the bootable media that is called Volume 1.
Okay.
right? And it is asking if you have a volume to DVD, you can just make it yes.
Okay.
Okay. At the same time, you have a Kerberos that will be stored in expansion pack CD,
Mhm.
then you need to select yes. And if you have a Firefox, there will be a separate CD.
Mhm.
Then if you have that CD, you have to say yes. Apart from this, you can't do any other customizations. Remember this.
Okay. So,
Customization, it is not like Linux where you go each and every package, each and every group you are selecting and unselecting. That cannot be done here.
all right, all right. So it means if, for example, if you have like Firefox CD and like server volume
Mm-hmm.
part DVD,
Mm-hmm.
so then
Then
we
you have
can
to say
select.
yes here.
Okay. And
Then
then,
you have to say yes here.
okay,
How do we say yes? Just put 3 here.
see, yeah.
Now it is server volume 2.
Yeah.
Yes, that means after completing the first DVD installation is done, the server gets rebooted and immediately it will ask the second volume.
Yeah.
Just edit the CD, or it automatically edit the CD and DVD and put the second volume and just
Right.
say next. Then it
Okay.
will go with installation.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, this is the thing.
Hmm.
Right, but right now we don't have it. That's the reason I'm just making it no.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, I'll just go back again. Or once you go back, this is okay with the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by default, and it is asking select edition. When I say select edition, it is asking Express edition, like we discussed, standard edition and enterprise level editions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put 5 here to go change with the standard edition, and again I will put 5 here to go with the enterprise level edition.
Okay, so every time if you
Okay.
have to change, you just need to press 5 key. Mm.
Yes, that's what. Multiple times you,
Oh.
whatever you want, that many times you have to put.
Mm-hmm.
Because finally the enterprise, that's the reason I pressed 5 for 2 times.
So we have enterprise
So,
edition.
yes, no, we didn't see automatically change apps.
Uh-huh.
Select edition, I'm just putting 5 is nothing but select the edition.
Yes, but we are
So,
going to install enterprise edition, right?
yes, we are installing enterprise. We don't need any license, right, for that.
Okay.
There is an evolution copy.
Mm-hmm.
You can install it.
Yeah.
If I am after installing, I am putting some application and I am going with the support.
Okay.
Okay, once they ask you the system dump,
Yeah.
because if they want to give you some support, they will have to provide some meta information. So
Mm.
there is a command called snap. When you run the snap command, will connect the information about the kernel and all these things, and IBM will come to know that we are using enterprise edition. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, see, I will tell you, these machines are already licensed.
Right.
Remember one thing,
Right.
because these machines are being thrown out of the data center because their life has been ended,
Okay.
and they have thrown out of the data center as a scrap,
Mm-hmm.
and that is been exported to India, and here the vendor are selling it as a second-hand servers.
Okay.
Okay, but what happens, when the client is throwing these machines out of their data center,
Mm-hmm.
they surrender all this license to their.
Okay.
They never throw the servers with license.
Okay.
Because if I have any problem with the server, I can't go to the support. Even I will say that IBM saying that I will pay for you, please provide me support. First they ask you the license. But
Mm.
I will say that I don't have any license because it has been out of warranty. They have thrown out of the data center, and if I purchase it second hand,
Yeah.
still they will say not support us.
Yeah.
Understand?
Okay.
So there is no such a concept here.
Okay.
This proprietary boxes problem only, this is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now in industry, the people don't want to face this kind of problems.
Yeah.
That's the reason they are not buying these proprietary boxes. You can see
Right.
the ratio of purchasing the proprietary boxes in real time environments came down to less than 40%.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, because no one want to handle these proprietary things.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants the machine that supports Linux, Windows, Solaris,
Yeah.
cloud, virtualization. They want like this. One hardware, they want an admin who will perform multitasking,
Yeah.
multi-skill. At the same time, they want a server that supports everything.
Yes.
That's how I'm telling you, right? So right now the market is going like anything. You can't analyze. I will tell you, by the 2016 end, you can't analyze what will be the market.
Yeah.
It is going like anything.
Right.
People are running behind the technologies.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
like this is. Before they test the technology, before they do R&D on the technology, there's some other new one is coming up.
Yeah.
IBM is having its own cloud, smart cloud. Did you
Yes.
heard something about smart cloud? It is having a smart cloud. The people are saying in US, I'm having one student, he's saying that smart cloud is a very awesome cloud technology. The people are using like anything. But when I survey the market, nowhere the smart cloud is used.
Uh,
People are back of AWS. People are back of OpenStack, Red Hat OpenStack.
yeah.
Because people are not ready to take anything which is dependent. They want everything independent. It has to run just like that with less cost.
Yes.
Okay, so the days are gone. Really, I will tell you, like 2005 or 2006, 2007, 2000 up to 2011 also the market was good for Unix and AIX. Okay, but 2008, 2009, 2010 the recession came
Yeah.
and they fired like the candidates like anything. Thousands of people were on the road and especially programmers. Okay, so instead now what people are doing instead of just sending an employee out of because employee is an asset for them. It's a live asset.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Because in the project in India, I will tell you, using the manpower only they get a good projects, very big projects.
Yes.
Okay, so they will, I mean, the employees and their certifications are assets to the company.
Yeah.
Okay, they will just put one guy in front and they will get the projects of crores of rupees project they will get.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this it is there. So this is all the things what we have selected here. Then just press 0 to continue with the this options. We are okay with this options, just press 0.
Yeah.
And this is a summary, total overview installation summary here. And the disk SSD 0, this is a US English, everything has been done. And you just press 1 to continue with the installation.
Okay.
1 to continue with the installation. And at any point of time, you have any change, if you feel that you want to change anything, you have to press 99 and go back and you can change anything.
Yeah.
But when you press 1 here, you can't go back.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, this is fine. Just press an enter. Now it starts going with the installation. So once the installation initiates here, first it will select the PV and it creates the VG, it creates the logical volume, it creates the file systems, it mounted, then starts restoring the packages. Start restoring the software.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is how it is going to. Okay, as you can see, making the boot logical ones.
Yep.
So this is how it is going to. So it will take nearly 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, once the installation is done, it automatically restarts and comes to the configuration assistance menu. So when I say configuration assistance menu, how it looks. Okay, so when I say configuration assistance menu, so basically it looks like this. So this is how the configuration assistance menu looks. Can you see this is a assistance menu. It asks you to set the date and time, it will ask you to set the password, it will ask you to configure the network, installation software applications, submit, complete the task. When you exit, you will get a login prompt where you will put username and password and you will be logged in.
What is the SMIT here?
SMIT, that is called System Management Interface Tool.
Okay.
Okay, it is a menu-driven command that helps us in performing all the managements.
Okay.
So we will discuss SMIT tomorrow session. You have to perform all these things after the installation is done, after it gets rebooted.
Okay.
Software license, acceptable agreements, software maintenance agreements, you need to accept everything here. Once you accept this, then only things will go on. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So this is all the information how it is going to. Okay. That's the thing.
Okay.
So we have done with the installation today, and tomorrow we will see some more things about the installation. That's nothing but logs. How do we pull out the logs? All these things we will see there.
Okay.
Okay, getting it?
Yeah.
That's it. And from tomorrow you can take the remote server access. You can take.
Okay, so from
Okay.
tomorrow I can take the remote access.
Yeah, from tomorrow, because not tomorrow, you can take it from day after tomorrow also.
Yeah.
Why I'm telling is tomorrow we will be just discussing about the logs, and we will go with the Smith and P console and WebSM. That only will take tomorrow whole 1 hour session.
Okay.
Okay. Then from day after tomorrow you can take this practice, because by day after tomorrow we will see some commands that we are going to use an AIX day-to-day administration. You can go and with that. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the information,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that's it. You can stop recording,
One more
and
thing,
you.
I was going through the guide, AIX system administration guide, and there was it mentioned that boot time like LED error codes. So
Uh,
means what exactly means LED error codes is? Do we get any LED
yes,
log?
yes, we will get. Oh, lot of documents are there. IBM is providing lot of documents for that.
Okay. No, but means what are these LED error means LED?
That's what just now you see the codes, right? When we go with installation, there it is giving C100, 106,
Right, right.
like this code. Right? For this codes, you have some information.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
getting it.
Okay. We'll check in some session.
So there's lot of documentations are there. No need to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So see you tomorrow same time.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.